Hey, what's up? Tristan from Huge Menace here. Welcome to the first video in the ND add-on deep dive series, where we'll cover everything ND offers. ND is a non-destructive modeling toolkit for Blender. It's free, open source, and has been in development for about 2 to 3 years. If you don't have a copy, download it from Gumroad or the Blender Marketplace. Both links are in the video description. Let's get started. At this point, I assume you've downloaded the latest version of ND and have the zip file saved somewhere on your computer. Head over to Edit Preferences and then Add-ons. I already have ND installed, but you'll need to click on the Install button, find the zip file, and hit Install Add-on. If you don't see it in the list of add-ons after hitting Install, search for Huge Menace. Then click on the checkbox next to its name to enable it. If you click the little arrow to the left of the checkbox, you'll see the add-on preferences such as General, UI, Key Map. So there are a few different ways to open and use ND. The first is to use the main menu, which you can open by pressing Shift 2. This main menu holds all of ND's operators. It organizes them into categories such as sketch, booleans, bevels, extrusion, etc. Some additional shortcut keys are also assigned to specific categories, which you can see listed next to the category name. For instance, the sketch category can be opened independently by pressing Alt plus S. Let's try that now. Suppose you don't like the default shortcuts ND has assigned to the main menu or any categories. In that case, you can easily change them in the add-on preferences. Head over to ND in the list of installed add-ons, and under the Key Map tab, you'll see a list of all the registered key bindings. They are grouped into two different contexts, Mesh and Object Mode. These can be set independently. The second way to open ND is via the N panel. If you don't have Blender's N panel open, you can toggle it by pressing the N key. If you find and click the Huge Menace tab, you'll see a structure similar to the main menu. The only difference between the N panel menu and the main menu is that each section in the N panel menu has the three most common operators available as shortcuts next to its name, and a list of handy links at the top. You can click on these to visit the online documentation, visit our YouTube channel, join our Discord server, or become a Patreon. Okay, the last way to open ND is via a special menu called the Fast Predict menu. You can open this menu pressing the F key. This menu is dynamic, meaning your options will depend on your current context. This could include whether you're in object mode or edit mode, have no object selected, or 2 or 3 selected, or whether the object you've selected has specific characteristics. As the name suggests, it's the fastest way to use ND. However, if you can't see the option you're after in the fast menu, open the main menu, as every operator will always be available there. The next most important thing to show is the ND overlay. To demonstrate this, let's add a plane using the Fast Predict menu, align it with the world, and make it a bit larger. Now with the plane selected, I'll use the Fast menu again to solidify it. At this point, you'll notice an overlay that follows your mouse around. If you don't want it to move with the mouse, hit the P key to pin it in place. The ND overlay is broken up into a few distinct sections. The first area, in orange, tells you the status of the operator and overlay, as well as the name of the current operation you're performing. Below that, you have the parameters for the operation. Any parameter highlighted in blue is currently active. Moving your mouse left and right will change the active parameter's value. If you prefer values don't change with mouse movement, you can disable the specific behavior in the add-on preferences under UI Enable Mouse Values. You can also change a parameter's value by scrolling up and down, pressing the up and down arrows, or typing in a specific value. For example, I'll type in 500, which will set the value to millimeters, as that's the unit size I have set up in Blender. If you ever type in a value, the parameter color will change from blue to yellow, indicating that the value is locked. Hit the X key to edit the value again while the operator is active. Hold down the modifier key shown below a parameter name to alter other parameter values. For instance, holding down the Control key will activate the offset parameter. Parameters unrelated to measurements, offsets, angles, counts, and so on will have a diamond symbol next to their names. To change the value of these parameters, press the key shown in brackets. Once you're happy with your values, press the left mouse button or hit the Enter key to lock the parameters and close the operator. Now, here's where things get interesting. Remember how we said ND is non-destructive? This means you can always change parameters, even after you've closed the operator. Let's assume we didn't want this plane extruded out 500 millimeters, instead we want it to be 300 millimeters. With the plane selected, hit F and select Solidify from the menu again. This time you'll notice the top part of the overlay is green instead of orange. This means you're in recall mode. You can confirm this by looking for the recall label at the top. From here, we can set the thickness to 300 millimeters and left click to confirm. If you ever recall or start a new operator and want to cancel it, right click or hit the escape key. This will cancel the new operator. For a recalled operator, it will revert your values to what they were before the recall. One last thing to mention about operators is that many have alternative modes. When you have any of ND's menus open and hover on an operator's name, a tooltip will appear. In this tooltip, you can see if an operator has one or more alternative modes. In the solidify operator example, you can see it only has a single alternative mode activated by holding down the control key when clicking on it. The control key alternative mode is quite commonly found on most of ND's operators and allows you to quickly remove the effects of an operator if it was previously applied to an object. If we try it out with solidify, you see how it gets removed from the plane. This works because ND uses modifiers to alter your geometry. If we reapply the solidify operation and inspect this object's modifier stack, we can see several modifiers have been added. From here, you could change parameters directly, such as thickness. These are the same parameters, or at least a subset, you see when using the ND operator overlay. One important thing to remember is that these modifiers' names are essential for ND to work. If you rename these modifiers or delete some of them, you may no longer be able to recall them correctly. Okay, we've covered a bit in this video, but you should now understand ND's most essential features and how to use them. Over the following few videos, we'll dive deeper into each operator category. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next video.